Looking at my news feed this morning, dude, and my timeline, it's like, dude, what do you even talk about? Do you talk about the Supreme Court? Do you talk about, you know what I'm saying, like that there is a strongly conservative Supreme Court now? And I argue this, like I said this beforehand, that the Supreme Court don't really mean shit. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. The actual fucking leanings of the court does mean something, but it doesn't mean anything in relationship to a strong argument. Fuck that. The court has to motherfucking listen to the fucking strongest argument, but then in actuality, it doesn't. We look at America, man. It's really fucking about opinions. Law of the land doesn't really fucking matter. We say that we are a society of laws, and we are a society of laws that benefit one particular group, and every other group has to fucking goddamn pretty much bow to the will of that one particular group, and whatever that will is. Or I can talk about fucking, you know what I'm saying, like the Nicene Council of 325 or Nicaea Council of 325, or like I was on my timeline, and then the strong statement of Arius was there, and then talking about the Vatican being responsible for the creation of Islam as given by this Judas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's so many things that's going on in our world. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, or even the thing I posted when the brother was talking about, which is kind of like just like that hard pill to swallow, our condition in this country and what we need to do about it, and the necessary steps, and the not the unlikelihood of it, because some people think it's unlikely. I happen to be far more, you know what I'm saying, realistic about it. That shit, I'm here, and because I'm here, something has to be done about it. Something's gonna be done about it because I feel like I can do something about it. That I will do something about it. You know what I'm saying? That's really the problem is with black folks. Everybody's looking for a savior. Everybody's looking for a leader. Everybody's looking for the next black messiah. And no one really wants to step up and take the position. Everybody's just waiting for him. And if anybody even wants to step up and take the position, they consider the fucking goddamn, opportunities for one to take the position of motherfucking wanting to liberate their people. And you are opportunists. You're taking the opportunity that's available for you for the need to liberate your people. That's an opportunist. So I'm taking the opportunity made available to me. And I look at it as a challenge, as a beautiful challenge, to see the liberation of African Americans in my lifetime. That before I leave this planet, I will see niggas autonomous. With an autonomous fucking nation state. That my grandchildren will have the opportunity of growing up free, truly free. I don't know about you, but I won't accept anything else. That my grandchildren will live in a free world. And whatever happens after that, it'll happen after that. And I plan on leaving them the tools and the resources in order to continue to maintain that autonomy, that freedom, true liberation. Not this pseudo liberation that black people, you know what I'm saying, enjoy now with shouldn't. We act as if our oppressors is just going to let us free. And that's the thing about it, black folks don't ever want to listen to the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Oh boy was saying a very smart thing, intelligent thing. There is not one Native American God, not one African God, not one European God that has come to the aid of black people. Not even nature itself. has never come to the has come to the aid of black people under this circumstances because nature favors the aggressor. 3 laws of nature: self-preservation, fitness to survive, and adaptation. If black people are not motherfucking adaptive, if we are not fit to survive, and if we're not willing to self-preserve, guess what? They're just like, okay, fuck you then and everything about you. So at the end of the day, it's how you participate within those laws of nature, not how nature is impersonal. I don't care. Unless you make her care by aggressively acting, positively acting within the laws that govern human agency in relationship to self-preservation, fitness to survive, and adaptation. What are the healthiest, what is the most adaptive social structure and system that black people could live under right now? It's definitely not white supremacy. It's definitely to be liberated from white supremacy. That's a maladaptive, interpersonal, behavioral system. It's a maladaptive intersubjective agreement. But it's more adaptive for them than it is for us. It puts the entire ecosystem at threat. They're maladaptive, you know what I'm saying, intersubjective agreement. But it also puts our long-term survival at threat. Our short-term, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? So in any way that nature may or may not be concerned, is only a relationship to the larger fucking macro ecosystem. Like we were talking about it yesterday. This heat is not, I mean, this global climate change is not just threatening one species, our species. It's threatening hundreds, if not thousands of species. So their nature is going to act accordingly. If the dominating system or the dominating ethnicity is going to be maladaptive, then it's going to act accordingly. Maladaptive to the ecosystem, then it's going to act accordingly and destroy us fucking all. But fuck it. If we're not going to stand up and take our rightful position on this planet, why should nature make us? Obviously, she didn't make us with the necessary components in order to be able to take that rightful place. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, she failed, and so go on to the next one. Maybe it'll be fucking, you know, insects, roaches, or whatever the fuck. She'll evolve. To be the dominant species on the planet. But we don't deserve to be the most dominant species on the planet. Because we're being dominated by our recessive side. And don't want to take and again, we are people who are experiencing group arrested development. Our emotional and psychological maturity as a people is arrested. The development of it is arrested. Our group epistemology is fucking narrow. It's pseudo. The way in which black people perceive as an individual group, perceive reality and react to that reality is maladaptive. And it is the lowest of maladaptive out of all of the maladaptive intersubjective means of interacting with the fucking goddamn your environment. The reality. And that's basically what old boy was saying. At the end of the day, dude, we at the bottom of the totem pole. No one acts as if, one, everybody owes them a living. Two, they owe everybody else a living before they owe themselves a living. More than we do. And no one is more looking for a savior or salvation than black folks. And I don't mean just all, I don't mean Africans as a whole, I mean African Americans. And we wonder why people come from different countries and treat us the way they treat us in our own communities and look at us the way they look at us as we travel throughout different communities. Because we ain't got no respect for self. And at some point in time, we have to realize no one's going to give it to us. We have to take it. I see black men and black women on a day-to-day basis who fucking, I'm just like, wow. And we don't even want to take the basic, you know what I'm saying, litany test of why it is that we act the way we act or think the way we think. We don't even want to examine the psychological issues that we suffer as a people, individually and as a group. We don't even want to check the way we interact with each other in public settings or public areas. We don't seem to understand that ain't nobody gonna respect you if you don't respect yourself. And the excuse of that we've been taught to disrespect ourselves is it's just that an excuse. It's a useless tool for building nothingness. Just as we can be taught to not like ourselves or to love ourselves, we can start teaching ourselves to love ourselves. We can start acting on it. It starts in the household. It starts with parents. It starts with community leaders. It starts with motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Bruh, how much are we going to stand? I mean, elders in our neighborhood, in our communities, how long are we going to stand and watch, you know what I'm saying, kids go at each other and allow kids to go at adults like they adults? I mean, I don't know, man. Sometimes it seems overwhelming, but I ain't going to let it seem that way. It's not going to overwhelm me. I'm going to keep on talking about it until something gets done. Word.